Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and you are watching Komal Taya. So guys, in the last video we talked about very basic question, basically previous year question based on Dirac delta function which comes under first order perturbation, right guys? In this video I'm going to take one example, one previous year question only, which has a little bit twist to this Dirac delta function type questions, right? Let's see how that question looks like and how that twist molds the question ahead, right? So let's just see this question. All right, I'm talking about this question. As you can see on the screen that it is 17th question, right? And according to it, a particle is confined to move in 1D box of length 2a. Okay, a box is there, 1D box, right? And its length is 2a. Basically length is 2a, and it varies between minus a to a. So it starts from minus a and it ends at plus a, right guys? So what will happen? V is 0 inside and everything, it's 0 inside, potential is 0 inside and infinite everywhere, right? So what will happen now? The function corresponding to first excited state is, so you can see, you will be seeing that okay, it is question of this particle in 1D box. So how come this question is of Dirac delta? You can see in the second part some delta thing is given and it is perturbed. So they have combined the question now, right? So they want to check your two concepts simultaneously, and this question came in GATE Chemistry 2006, right? So I know, I know a lot of you will be doing mistake in this part, because when question come from minus a to plus a or minus l to plus l, people have tendency to commit mistakes in writing wave functions, right? So that's what they have tried to trap you out, right? So to trap you in, I'm so sorry, I take my words back, right? So let's see what is the question. Basically, the function corresponding to first excited state is, so now we need to find the wave function corresponding to this system, right? So how come it will be possible that we write the wave function and options are given? So basically I have the solution with me too. So okay, this is the solution, right? And yeah, so let's see, this is the question. Okay, so this is 2a length, right? And psi n. So basically guys, I want to tell you the wave function whenever you write for this one minus a to plus a, clear? So the basic wave function I have told you, you will always write like this. The basic wave function for any box of for particle in 1D box of any length, right? You will write like this: root 2 by total length. Here total length will come, fine, and this will be sine. This was for 0 to L, guys. This was 0 to A or 0 to L. Root 2 by total length sine n by x by L. Clear? The total length. Total length. Clear? But here when it comes down to this minus a to plus a, right? So what will happen now? The wave function will be different. It will be different for odd n numbers and it will be different for even n numbers, right? So let's see. So it would be sine n would be this sine n, this psi n for minus a to plus a, guys. I'm writing over here. It would be root 2 by total length. What is total length here? You can see the total length here is 2a, which is already given in the question, and you can see that it is minus a to plus a, it is 0 and it is a, and this is also a, so the total length is 2a. Clear? So the total length is 2a, this from here to here, fine. So it would be 2a, just put over here, and but for odd values, it would be cos n pi x by total length, right? For n is equal to 1, 3, 5, right? So it would be like this. And for even numbers, you can see for even n, so it would be, you will be writing it in form of sine. So basically this 2 and 2 will get cut out and it will become 1 by a. So that's what I have written over here. Can you see? It is 1 by root a cos n pi x by 2a. Clear? So you don't have to remember this 1 by root a. Just always remember it like this: root 2 by total length. It will always come like this. Root 2 by total length. It will always remain same for any kind of length. Clear? Otherwise this will be, sine will be always there for 0 to a, and cos and sine will variate according to what is the value of n, whether it is odd or even in case of minus a to plus a, right? So let's see what examiner has asked. First let me just rub off this. Clear? So this is a basic concept which I think a lot of you must be knowing about, right? So examiner has said that examiner is asking about first excited state. Yeah, so examiner is asking about first excited state. So you know that when it comes to a particle in 1D box, right? Particle in 1D box means the ground state means n is equal to 1. For ground state, n is equal to 1 in particle in 1D. But always remember in SHO, the ground state n is equal to 0. Always remember this, guys, don't get confused, right? It can even if you know the whole concept and you don't know about the basic thing that n is 0 for ground state in SHO and n is equal to 1 for ground state in particle in 1D box, whole question can get wrong, right? Because you will be doing the question according to the value of n, and you can commit mistakes. So always take care of this very small and important thing, right? So it is all. So the question examiner has asked about first excited state. So first excited state means n is equal to 2. Right, n is equal to 2. Always remember, whenever excited state will be given in particle in 1D box, you will always write n is like you will just add 1. Suppose if second excited state is given for particle in 1D, I'm telling about particle in 1D, it's not true for SHO. Clear? So for second excited state, n would be 3. So always add 1 to it, whatever state is given, right? Because ground state is 1, so first excited state will be obviously 2, n is equal to 2. Clear? So if examiner is asking about first excited state, so that means n is equal to 2, and I'll put the value of n, right? N is 2. So what is n here? It is even. Can you say n is equal to 2? So it is even. So I'll put this value. I'll not take cos value. Clear, guys? I'll take sine value over here, and it would be 1 by root a and sine, and just putting the value of n, which is 2 pi x by 2a, and this 2 and 2 will get cancelled out, and the answer would be 1 by root a sine pi x by a. I hope this is clear to you. It's very easy concept, but you should know about these very, very small things like how wave function changes when length changes, like minus a to plus a, or 0 to 2a, how wave function variates, and how excited state changes when the system changes, right? So you should be knowing about this very, very small thing, and these plays very important role. So let's come down to very main topic which we were talking about, that is direct delta function. So again, it is same question, I think, the one which I have discussed in earlier lecture. You can find it in my playlist, the latest video before this, right? So it is if system is perturbed by this. Again, if system is perturbed, so now this system is perturbed by this, right? So that is in the form of delta x minus a by 2, and this is the perturbation, this v or delta h, whatever they call it. Clear? So okay, now the first order energy correction to first excited state is this, which is E, like you will be writing it over here, like the first order energy correction to the first excited state, and you know you will always write state over here and order over here. Clear? So order is 1, right, and state is 2, right? So you will write 2, and what will be the value of this? This is a little bit different because like since 1-2 videos we have been discussing ground state basically. So this question is a little bit different because it has the excited state and it has some important concepts checking abilities of yours. Fine. So let's see how this question will get solved. Clear? So this is the second part, right? The second part says that this is the perturbed part, clear, in the form of delta, and we need to find this. Clear? And you know that how to write this one. I told you like the way we used to write for this one, E11. If I have to write this one, so it would be psi 1 and the perturbed part psi 1 and dx. Clear? And same for this one. Whatever state will be there, you will write the wave function corresponding to that. So it would be psi 2 and delta h and psi 2 and dx. Clear? So you will be writing it like this. So that's what I have written over here. Clear? So let's see how the limits will variate, because now we have a particle in 1D box with the length minus a to plus a. So we will write limits from minus a to plus a. Clear? And we'll write the wave function. So already we have found out the wave function, which is 1 by root a sine pi x by a. So it would be like this. So guys, can you see, if you write the wave function wrong here only, your whole question will get wrong if you write it in form of cos, right? So like that's how your marks will get deducted. Negative marking will be there along with that, and your time will also be wasted. So just be focused for these type of question, because when it comes to gate, they just check you the basic knowledge, like do you like, are you aware of these things, or do you know about these small things, right? So just be aware of these small things and don't commit mistakes in such type of easy and small things, because they can get you marks easily, right? So it would be 1 by, so I have put the value of side 2, which I already solved. Clear? So into, what is perturbed part? Perturbed part is this one, delta x minus a by 2. Clear? Into side 2 again, so side 2 would be this one. Again, the value which I have solved over here, so I'll be putting the value again over here. Clear? So what will happen now? Let me just rub this first, and then we'll be going ahead. So now you can see, so like you all must be thinking that what will happen now. So one thing I have told you, that just take this thing outside already, because it is 1 by root a into 1 by root a. So I'll take this outside, so it will become 1 by a. Clear? And anything apart from this would be minus a plus a, and this again same, and this is also same, and this is also same, and this one is also same. Clear? So after this, you all must be knowing what I have to do now. Whatever delta part is, like whatever the perturbed part is, apart from delta, put that equal to 0. So perturbed part is this, so apart from delta, I'll put this equal to 0. So that this would be x minus a by 2 is equal to 0. I have written over here too, right? So it would be x is equal to a by 2. So now what I have to do? I'll remove integration. Fine. These steps I have told you already. Yeah, so I'll remove integration. Then I'll neglect perturbed part, whole perturbed part. Fine. And then I'll put the value of x, and then put the value of x. Fine. So I'll go by stepwise. So I'll ignore integration. So this is neglected, and this is neglected. Fine. And then neglect whole perturbed part. So I'll neglect this one, whole thing. Fine. And put the value of x. So whatever is remaining, I'll put the value of x there. So this is remaining 1 by a. So I have written 1 by a into sine pi x by a. So I have written pi by a into x. So what is the value of x? That is a by 2. So I'll put a by 2 into, so now again sine is there, so I will put sine and pi by a. So pi by a into x. So x is again a by 2. So this a will get cancelled out. This a and a will get cancelled out. So I'll write it over here, 1 by a into sine pi by 2 into sine pi by 2, right? And you know the value of sine pi by 2 is 1. So it would be 1 by a into 1 into again sine pi by 2, it is 1. So the answer would be 1 by a. So can you see guys? So the answer would be 1 by a, and it's very easy. So you all must have been like very familiar with this concept now, that how to solve direct delta questions and perturbed part whole. So with this question, the first order perturbation, we are done with this first order perturbation, right? So second order perturbation, I think the questions in gate, they are like very less. I don't think so there are questions, because it's not mentioned in syllabus. But when it comes to net, right? So when it comes to net, the questions are there. I have seen that they'll ask statement wise questions, so I'll take that question into consideration, right? So when I'll be discussing second order perturbation, so basically it feels like how it is always positive or negative. You must have seen those questions, that the energy correction, is it always positive or negative or zero, like that. Clear? So we'll be discussing that case when we'll be discussing second order perturbation. So from next lecture, I'll be taking second order perturbation, and I'm happy that I finished the first order perturbation, which is very, very important concept. So just see all these classes. So I think this would be 8.8 video. Yeah, so basically there are 9 classes, 8 to 9 classes, right? So just go through them because this topic is important, right guys? So I hope you like this lecture, and if you have any query, any doubts, so just leave it in the comment section. And also I have one Telegram group and Instagram. You can also follow me on Instagram also, so the link will be given in the description box.